welcome all of you, the whole world, to come and celebrate, enjoy not only the Enlightenment ecosystem, the beauty of how it is getting revived. Be an insider for this great revival process. If you are an insider even for a startup company, you will understand not only the result of the company, even that being an insider is such a joy. Being an insider when it was happening is something extraordinary. So, I welcome all of you to come and be part of an insider of this revival of KAILASA, the Enlightenment ecosystem, Sovereign Order of KAILASA, KAILASA nation itself. I request and welcome, invite all of you to become e-Kailasian, get your free passport and make billions receive this free passport. What I mean by the word e-Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to KAILASA, it's okay.
नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Nithyanandam, everyone. We welcome each and every one of you all over the globe from 150 countries for this program of sharing the Sakshi Pramanas of the experiences of the darshans of the Bhava Samadhi darshans of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam. We are here to share our experiences of the Bhava Samadhi darshans of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been gracing us with. These darshans are the Paramashivoham glimpses, the 64 manifestations of Paramashiva. We had Rudra Bhava Samadhi darshan. We had Ashtabhairava, 11 Rudras, and the Ekadasha Rudra. Now, last 3 days, we are having the Dakshina murti Bhava Samadhi darshan. Paramashivoham has started. And all of us who are part of these Bhava Samadhi darshans of the Nija Avatara of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism are experiencing the oneness space, transporting into different dimensions. And the health, wealth, and so many spiritual experiences as a result, everyone is experiencing. So what are their testimonials, Sakshi Pramanas? We are here to share the experiences. Now, before we start, I would like to share who is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and his projects. What are his contributions to the humanity? The grand narrative of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Born on January 3rd, 1978, in the holy town of Tiruvannamalai, India, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on 17th July 1981 at the age of mere 3. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was initiated into Bala Sannyas, that means child saint, by the enlightened beings, masters, and his predecessors through a ritualistic way. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was identified as an incarnation by the enlightened beings and masters such as Yogiraj Yoganandapuri, Vidwan Panduranganadar, and the 230th Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Tondai Mandala Adhinam of Kanchi Mutt. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was coronated at the age of 16 to revive the Kailasa. The photograph that you are seeing of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was organized to be taken by his Vedanta Guru Mataji Vibhudanandapuri, also called Mataji Kuppamal. You can see there is a conch and kamandalu, the water pot, to the left of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and a wooden staff to his right, all of which were given by her as the traditional items that are handed over along with the official induction as successor into the lineage. You can see some of the photographs of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and in his early days in his mission. When the leftmost photograph, the black and white that you see, when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was very young, and the temple monastery complex of his guru, Mataji Vibhudanandapuri in Tiruvannamalai was built brick by brick by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself, and his gurus guided him and he followed. On 4th November 2002, at the age of 24, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism establishes the headquarters, the Adi KAILASA Sarvajna Peetham, South India. And in 2004, at the age of mere 26, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducts mass living enlightenment initiation conventions, taking people through powerful cleansing processes of our 7 energy bodies. And on 14th April 2001, at the age of 23, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism establishes the first Kailasa temple monastery in Tiruchengood, South India, that is Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's own handwritten annotation on these photographs. And 15th April 2005, the bottom rightmost photograph that you see, at the age of 27, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism welcomed with proclamation message by the mayor of St. Louis, USA. You can see some more photographs of the early days in his mission. On 18th September 2015, Kumbh Mela, Nasik, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism initiates thousands into mass and living enlightenment. On 5th May 2016, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism initiates thousands into mass living enlightenment at the Kumbh Mela festival in Ujjain, India. The various coronations of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism are the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism ordained as the 233rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Kanchi Kailasa Sarvajna Peetham, Tondai Mandala Adhinam. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the incumbent emperor of this Surya Vamsha Surangi Samrajyam. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the present 23rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Dharmamukhi Swargapuram Adhinam. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the present 293rd Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam of Kailasonnata Shamala Pita Sarvajna Pitam. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the present Mahamandaleshwar, the supreme spiritual head of Mahanirvani Akhada, the largest apex monastic order. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the 1008th Acharya Mahamandaleshwar of the head for all spiritual leaders of Atal Akhada, that is the ancient apex body of Hinduism. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, elected as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism by the congregation of over 1,000 Hindu leaders. Now, the sovereign state of Sri Kailasa. Kailasa is a macrocosmic ancient Hindu enlightened civilization nation whose vision is a living enlightenment for all of humanity. Kailasa's mission is to revive and share with today's world the practical applications of greater sciences of authentic Hinduism, including Hindu cosmic physics, Hindu alchemy, Hindu cosmology, Hindu biology, Hindu mathematics, power manifestation, and other sciences as revived by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. These sciences were once practiced freely in over 56 nations across the continent, but are now facing extinction due to the persecution over a millennium. Sri Kailasa's United Nations 108 initiatives support a variety of humanitarian services which collectively allows for the creation of an enlightened, peaceful, sustainable, equitable, resilient, and thriving world. The No Hungry Home project offered by the SKUN for the nutritious food and hunger-free world, 1 billion meals served over the past 27 years. Every month for the past 27 years, the Hindu ASMT community has served more than 3 million annadhanam, that means the free organic meals as per tradition in religious gatherings to everyone without discrimination, and 10,000 meals are served daily free of cost and up to 100,000 on festival days. During the pandemic, the Kailasa's protective and preventive COVID care centers, CCCs, offered by the SKUN for affordable and holistic healthcare. During the pandemic, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism converted his monastery campuses into a multi-layer quarantine facility free for all people, regardless of any differences in age, gender, caste, creed, ethnicity, color, or socio-economic statuses, food, shelter, internet, all basic facilities, including free medical care for an indefinite period of time. And 30 million citizens followed Kailasa's 28-day spiritual regimen in 2020. Nithyananda Jnanalayas and Hinduismpedia offered by the SKUN for the protection of Hindu scriptures. The Nithyananda Hindu Jnanalaya, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, established the Nithyananda Hindu Jnanalaya to collect and preserve the 1 million Hindu scriptures while ensuring that knowledge is made accessible and shared free of cost to all, collecting and preserving 1 million source books of Hinduism. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has authored 10,000 plus books in 3 languages, translated in 50 languages, published 10,000 articles, given 10,000 plus hours of free discourses with 1 billion plus views. Kailasa's Hinduismpedia, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, collected more than 15 terabytes of digital books and rare manuscripts from all 19 Sarvagya Peetams, ancient mutts and ashrams, 1 million pages of Hinduism collection of 22,000 digital books, 1,000 plus e-textbooks, and 100,000 articles on various topics in Hinduism. The conferences for the world peace offered by the SCUN for global peace and religious harmony. The Peace Walks in 2009, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism organized a month-long peace walk covering 1,000 kilometers and 1,000 villages to bring together in harmony from all walks of life to promote feeling connection and oneness among people. During the walk, health camps were conducted in various villages along its path. Nithyananda Yoga offered by SCUN for yoga. Nithyananda Kriyas, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, revived 108 scientifically validated Kriyas specifically targeted to 108 major diseases or disorders such as diabetics, arthritis, blood pressure, rheumatism, etc. Revival of ancient traditional forms of yoga such as Kundalini Raj Yoga, Shivastamba Yoga, and 2 Guinness World Records established on September 30th and October 3rd, 2017. Despite being heavily persecuted continuously for over a decade, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Nithyananda Paramashivam, is unwavered in his intention, commitment, and action in building the only Hindu nation, the sovereign state of Sri Kailasa, to protect, revive, and preserve Hinduism, the most ancient, most peaceful, still living, and long lasting demonstrable system that shows the possibility of peaceful coexistence amongst people. The sovereign state of Sri Kailasa, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilization nation, first nation of Hindus, Kailasa's first nation of Hindus, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, spoke on behalf of the 2 billion global Hindu diaspora at the 14th session of the United Nations Forum on Minority Issues, the second meeting. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism survived over 70 assassination attempts and physical attacks on in India and abroad, 40 attacks on community members, destruction of monasteries and temples, over 60 incidents of attacks, molestation, and rape of women and women monks, intense lawfare via over 100 false legal cases, all but one are dismissed, intersectional persecution using the entire government mechanism, politically owned media, police and judiciary controlled by politics, inciting mob violence and via social media. Now, let us see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's contribution to various contributions, and one of his recent project is Ishanya project, Kailasa's Ishanya project. The actual truth is humanity as a modern society has already reached a state of technology and infrastructure to provide food, clothing, and medical care for all 8 billion people, calling planet Earth a home. Unfortunately, our decision makers have not reached the unnecessary conscious level to make the humanitarian decisions of providing basic needs for all 8 billion people The survival needs for all 8 billion people doesn't depend on availability of housing and food, but rather on the conscious level of decision makers. The world today, a glimpse. The food wastage, one side dumps tons of food on the waste in the ocean and landfills in order to maintain steady prices. On the other side, millions die of hunger. The clothing wastage, one side dumps millions of tons of barely owned clothes into the ocean. The other side struggles for basic clothing. Medical equipment wastage, one side dumps functioning medical equipment for new models, the other side, millions die without access to the very basic medical equipment. The home and shelter wastage, one side faces home foreclosures and empty, locked homes, and the other side faces homelessness in the millions. If you see the food wastage, the facts that the one third of the food produced in the world for human consumption every year, approximately 1.3 billion tons, gets lost or wasted. The food losses and waste amount to roughly US 680 billion in industrialized countries and US 310 billion in developed countries. You can see the various other statistics projected on the screen. And if you see the medical equipment wastage, US medical wastage will attain the 5.25 billion by 2027. Among regulated and unregulated clinical waste, around 80 to 80% can be reused. You can see the various other statistics also. You can see the clothing wastage. 100 billion garments are produced each year, with 33% going to landfill. Every year, 59,000 tons of used and unsold clothing end up in Chile from all over the world. So you can see the other statistics of the clothing wastage. And vacant homes, the world has millions of vacant homes, and 42 million of its 426 million homes are vacant. Roughly 1 in 10 homes in advanced academics are empty. You can see the other statistics on the screen projected. The KAILASA's aim is to raise the consciousness level in the world and bring to the fore to the real issues facing the world, and through a specialized process of recycling, facilitating the movement of good quality unwanted items from the haves to the have-nots. Threefold benefits. See, the first one, for donors, it is a great boon to provide to those in need. And the second, for the world, the recycling removes a lot of hazardous material from nature, adding to a cleaner environment. And third, for those in need, millions of people around the world will be alive and raised out of poverty, hunger, and inadequate health practices due to lack of medical facilities. It is win-win-win situation. Over the last 27 years, Sri Kailasa has built a network of legal entities in 140 countries around the world, holding charity status in 180 of these countries. In many countries, Sri Kailasa's entities are registered distributors as well, meaning we can manage the entire process end to end. We will make full use of this network to collect clothing, medical equipment, and food material from the developed nations, transport them, and distribute it to the countries and regions in need. And with all the transportation and distribution expenses sponsored by Sri Kailasa. You can see the statistics in numbers of Kailasa's Ishanya project, Madurai, India, almost 26,800 servings of food offered to homeless and hungry. Jaitinagar, Sri Lanka, 2,000 meals served at the Mahadeva Swamikal Children Home, and various other statistics also. You can see the screen projected. So the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, not only taking care of all our needs. We just heard the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's contributions for Ishanya project, taking care of food, shelter, clothing. Not only our basic needs are taken care by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, but there is something much beyond. That is our conscious growth. To experience that I am Paramashiva, I am divine. To experience that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism continuously working for our growth, for our spiritual growth. For the past few weeks, he has been giving the Bhava Samadhi darshans to experience the oneness space with Paramashiva. So, to experience that ultimate state of oneness, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism gracing us with the Bhava Samadhi darshans. So, what are the participants sharing? What are the Sakshi Pramana? I would like to share the participants' experience.
To share my experience.
Stephanie Tangaton shares her experience of the Bhava Samadhi darshan.
Nithyananda, I just wanted to share my experience that I just had throughout the Bhava Samadhi darshan of the Ekadasha Rudras. So we had the 4 first Rudras today that Swamiji was presenting to us. It was the Mahadeva Rudra, the first one, the Shiva Rudra, the Rudra Rudra, and the Shankara Rudra. All have different qualities, and it was such an amazing, such fulfilling, such joyful darshan, so mesmerizing, so beautiful. So we could like put all our wishes, all our declarations, boons that we are wishing for into the chat in the two-way conference, and it was just so amazing to see these different rudras. They all have different qualities. There is the Shankara Rudra that helps you to destroy self-doubt, or the Rudra who helps with youthfulness, youthfulness, and to be eternal youthful and useful, which makes you young. It has to do with destruction, rejuvenation, and so on, with changes, the ability to receive, manifest changes, and the other Rudras. So they were all just so beautiful. Some of them I was just looking and couldn't get my eyes of it, and felt like I just want to melt. And there was such a fulfilling experience, so unforgettable. I'm so really so eternally grateful to Swamiji that he is giving us this opportunity that we can be with him in the two-way conference and experience these different qualities, and also change inside our inner space, and having lots and lots of powerful cognitions throughout the darshan preparation. And it's all so beautifully set up. This is something that one can never miss. Whenever you have the opportunity, you just gotta jump. So this is the start of the Paramashivoham already, which is the flagship program that is usually happening in those December programs. The next one will be the Paramashivoham, and this is already the start of it. And oh gosh, I cannot wait to experience all of it and to transform, like whole humanity and this whole planet. So unbelievable and eternally really grateful to Swamiji for all he is doing for us, for just being here with us and transforming us all and bringing so much beauty. Thank you so much, Swamiji. And also the power manifestation after the darshan was also so beautiful. This Atmalinga was just rolling effortlessly, easily, just from the lying hand. Actually, hand was just flat on the ground here, and Atmalinga was just like always rolling down sidewards, and just to feel the energy is just so beautiful. You should never miss it. As much as you have the opportunity, just jump in, just be there, and just soak in every little second that you can have with him. Yes. Thank you so much, Swamiji. All of you I can just encourage you to experience every darshan that you are able to experience, and definitely the Paramashivoham. And let's create this Kailasa. This is our home, and yes, let's do whatever we can for that. Thank you so much, Swamiji. Nithyananda.
Yes. As you just heard the Sakshi Pramana of Master Stephanie, there are thousands are experiencing the oneness space and the various aspects shifting in their life. Today, you're all going to experience the Dakshina murti, Bhava Samadhi darshans. There are 10 dimensions of Dakshina murti. Dasha means 10. 10 dimensions of manifestations of Dakshina murti. We have experienced the 6 since last 2 days, and today we are going to experience the 4 dimensions of Dakshina murti. So for those of you who never heard about the Dakshina murti, Dakshina murti is the Adi Guru. He is the manifestation of Paramashiva, or incarnation of Paramashiva as the primordial and the supreme Guru. Dakshina murti is the manifestation of Aghora face of Paramashiva, who happened to teach Vedas and Agamas to the Rishis. It is not that it happened in the past, it is happening even now. If you become silent through unclutching, you can see Dakshina murti is teaching you even now in soundless sound, the Anahata Dvani, the huge cosmic sound, even recorded by NASA. So today, participate in the Dakshina murti Bhava Samadhi darshan and receive special initiations into the process of keeping the Dakshina murti alive in you. keeping the Guru alive in you. Paramashiva is sitting inside everyone as Dakshina Murti, sitting in the Anandagandha, radiating the intense silence and energy. Whenever life throws things at you, any negativity is thrown at you, all you need to do is relax into his space. Bring that negativity to his space, you will see it disappears. The whole thing will be turned from negativity to positivity. All the problems thrown at you will become glory to you. The way you handle them, it will all become glory for you. Experience the Dakshina Murti Bhava Samadhi Darshan today. Join us at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join with the link at KAILASA's events page. The link will be projected soon. You can register and join. Now, all these Bhava Samadhi Darshans are part of the Paramashivoham. The glimpses of Paramashivoham has started. All of us are experiencing. To experience the ultimate flowering of consciousness. From December 9 to 29, join Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham, you will experience the ultimate super consciousness, your ultimate flowering of consciousness. You will experience the 64 manifestations of Paramashiva. So join, file your intentions by registering at paramashivoham.org. Now, to be part, to experience the Paramashivoham and be part of the Kailasa, how the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism helps each one of us. I would like to share the experience
program of Kailasa starts with a power manifestation demonstration. A demonstration of extraordinary powers demonstrated by an initiated disciple who has received the initiation from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, so effortlessly manifesting the extraordinary powers mentioned in the ancient scriptures of Hinduism. The powers of third eye, the powers of remote vision, the power of body scanning, so many powers that the initiated disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism manifest so effortlessly. And we start our program demonstrating about these extraordinary powers. And I'm sure many of you who are sitting here for today's program, you have been personally initiated. Many of you would have received the initiation by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and have expressed and manifested the demonstration of extraordinary powers. And if you have been one such person, there's one question that you would always have, I really enjoy manifesting powers and I would like to apply this in every dimension of my life. Whether it is in terms of my career, whether it is in terms of my relationship, in wealth, in every aspect of my life, how do I manifest these extraordinary powers to manifest the life I want? So the first segment of today's program is going to answer this question that each and every one of us have. So I would like to start with today's program. We are going to be witnessing a very special demonstration of manifesting Shaktis, the power manifestation. A demonstration of power manifestation in real life, a real life incident. How many of you are ready? Please say yes in the chat. You can say yes in the chat if you're really excited to see, okay, what are we going to share in the first segment of today's program? Now, before we enter into that segment, let me ask all of you a question. How many of us sitting here for this program, attendees in this program, you really want to become a Sarvanyapita Ejaman, really want to become a Sarvanyapita Karta, and want to support and be a part of the divine mission of Swamiji, want to support Kailasa in every possible way, completely resonating with the cause of the superconscious revival by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in bringing the superconscious breakthrough to the world. We so much relate that, and I really want to do everything I can to become a Sarvanyapita Ejaman, to become a Sarvanyapita Karta. And you really have a very strong intention and you really want to manifest becoming one. If you are in that category, you can go ahead and say yes in the chat. Please go ahead and type yes in the chat if you really want to become a Sarvanyapita Ejaman and you're really waiting for the manifestation to happen. You are, submitted an intention and you're working towards manifesting your Sarvanyapita Ejaman. If you are one such person, you can say yes in the chat because this segment is directly going to speak into your listening. Wow, so many of you are putting yes in the chat. I know the chats are literally flooding in every Zoom rooms that we have, saying, yes, I really want to become a Sarvanyapita Ejaman. So today, in this segment, we are very happy to share with you a real life incident of a disciple of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, who, like all of you, wanted to become a Sarvanyapita Ejaman. And today he is here joining us in the segment live from the US to share his experience of how he manifested becoming a Sarvanyapita Ejaman through power manifestation. Yes, you heard it right. He manifested the wealth that is required for his Sarvanyapita manifestation, for becoming a Sarvanyapita, just through power manifestation. It is a very unique, a very interesting experience that we have. So with no further ado, I would like to invite Vimal Patelji from Texas, USA. Nithyanandam Vimalji, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes, thank you, Ma Nithyanandam and Nithyanandam everyone. Yes, thank you, Ma Nithyanandam and Nithyanandam everyone.
Yes. So Vimal Patelji, I know you have been really wanting to become a Sarvanyapita Ejaman for a long time, and today I'm very, very, very happy to hear from you that you have successfully manifested what you needed to become a Sarvanyapita Ejaman. How does it feel for you? How do you feel about it?
Immense amounts of gratitude. I still can't believe it, to be honest with you. I still can't believe it, to be honest with you. I'm sorry, I can hear some feedback. I just want to make sure. I'm sorry, I can hear some feedback. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. No, I was going to say just immense amount of gratitude. I still can't believe that this has all been manifested, and it's with ease. It's very effortless. I didn't do anything. Literally, I did not do anything. Swamiji very graciously manifested through me. And, if I were to take you through some of the steps, you would think, wow, that's it. And it really was that simple. So I'm very, very excited.
Okay. So thank you so much, Vimalji, for sharing. Many of the devotees that are sitting there are now like sitting with literally with bated breath to hear how you manifested, how did the manifestation happen and how did it happen for you? So could you go ahead and share the entire manifestation, how you did, what led you to becoming a Sarvanyapita Ejaman?
Sure. So it was actually very simple. One main practice, or should I say a process that I would do will be the Karpaturu daily. And that would be around the Brahma Muhurta time. And I would make it. Every single morning, I would do it and very intensely make those declarations. This is what I want. And things just aligned. So I'm in sales, and so a lot of my wealth comes from not only my base salary, but also commissions as well. And so I would just tell Swamiji, manifest, give me deals, let them come to me effortlessly, let there be large deals, let me not even have to find these type of deals. And that would happen and manifest. I would be making six-figure commission checks. People would change their minds all of a sudden, and things just worked out very, very effortlessly. So the Kalpataru process, I did that daily. The Bhava Samadhi initiations, those were just tremendously valuable. more than anything, because it was that strong feeling connection, that surrendering, that alignment to Swamiji that really helped him manifest through me in a way where, again, I'm not the one who was taking the action. It was really him. Whether it's the process where you write down 25 intentions. One of the intentions was, I want SJP Yajman by February 2023. And Swamiji gave it within 23 days. I have no idea how that happened. The Shukra initiation.
Oh, wow.
I will tell you, with the Shukra initiation, I just kept on going. I had so many boons to request. So I just kept on typing. I think 20 minutes I typed. And then I didn't realize until after the process, after the initiation, I was like, wow, I feel so relieved. And I have no idea whether he's going to take care, how he's going to take it. I just feel as if it's just going to happen. And again, it was things manifest. A lot of things manifested after that. And the list just goes on. So I would say the Bhava Samadhi initiations and the Kalpatar were really, really instrumental.
So beautifully shared, Vimalji. And when you, and for those of you who are hearing about the Shukra darshan, so that's a very special darshan that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism gave during the Paramashivoham level 3 program, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism gave darshan as the Shukracharya, which is the energy of Guru. Where he doesn't judge at all. You can ask anything that you want, which is societally accepted, societally not accepted, you can ask to Shukracharya. So that is one of the very special darshan, and that's actually one of the most sought after darshans, I can say, of Paramashivoham level 3 program. And that's what Vimalji had shared about. And so Vimalji, when you attended these programs, you attended the Bhava Samadhi darshans, and you had said, when we had spoken, you said every time you used to ask the same thing, right? I want to manifest Sarvengapita Ejaman by February 2023 and Karta by June 2023. That's one thing that you ask persistently in every darshan. So after you attended the darshans, what really happened? What really actually led to the manifestation? How did the power manifestation happen? How did you experience that literally physically manifest for you as well?
I felt a push to get back into trading. So my current work schedule doesn't really allow for active trading that I used to do beforehand. And so I felt guided. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll transfer some of my commission checks, those funds, to my brokerage account. If I have time, if there is a good trade setup, I'll take it. And Swamiji, I'll leave it up to you as to how you want all this to play out. Next thing you know, I'm just being guided. I'm like, oh, that's a good setup. And I have 2-3 hours. Let me put this on. And, I'm making 20-30% in one day. Next thing you know, I'm making 200%, 300%. And again, this isn't, and I didn't do anything. It just kind of came to me. Now, obviously, I took the action to learn how to do this beforehand, but to be guided and to take that action and to be available during working hours, it was all him. And again, for me, manifesting SJP Yajman in 4 months to me was a stretch goal, but Swamiji did it in 23 days. And so, if you would have asked me, a few weeks ago, whether I would think that would occur, I would probably be like, yeah, it's probably improbable, but he made it happen.
Wow, so beautifully said. And just to reiterate what you had said, when you actually went into trading, you basically connected with Swamiji, right? Connected with Swamiji in the space of oneness and just allowed Swamiji to manifest through you. And that's exactly what we do in, during the power manifestation, is connect with Swamiji in the space of oneness and allow the powers to manifest through as well. You just manifest these extraordinary powers. And today we could see, and we are seeing in real life, how just connecting with Swamiji in the space of oneness, he was able to really know what exact trading to indulge in and to take part, and how to exactly play with the trading market to manifest the reality that Vimalji wanted. So beautifully shared. And Vimalji, just to ask the question, your journey to Sarvengapita Ejaman. Yes, today you have manifested, the manifested the powers and you've experienced the manifestation. But in the process, while you are in the process and you're yet to manifest, right? We have many of those who are watching us today who are yet to manifest becoming a Sarvagyampita Yajaman. What is that you would like to share? What kept you going? What made you have that will persistence to go with the path and saying, you know what, I have to manifest it. So what was that for you?
Sure. So one was the alignment with Swamiji, the Guru Bhakti as the foundation to keep that will persistent move forward. The other satsang that I would continuously watch, even today, this is no joke. I've actually watched this satsang. I've listened to it for over 100 times. It's called Manifest What You Want. And in that satsang, that beautiful satsang, and it's only 20 minutes, but Swamiji says that, when you want to manifest something, Cosmos celebrates. Cosmos celebrates when you manifest. Cosmos celebrates your will's completion, is what Swamiji mentioned. And so there was a question as to whether, planets, are they against you? And, Swamiji just beautifully shared how that we are an extension of the cosmos, how we are not opposite. And when in that oneness, planets bow down and say, Dhan Mahadeva, so I listen to that satsang constantly. Even today, it really resonates with me. And it was that as the foundation really, really helped me understand that when things don't work out as my logic tells me, maybe there's something in me that I need to complete. Because Swami says that, to get us out of SDHD, planets torture us. The goal is to get us out of it and to get us into that oneness. So I would say that satsang was very helpful to me and still is.
So beautifully shared, Vimalji. And I also wanted to ask you, see, there are many of us want to do something for the betterment of humanity. We want to do something good for the society. We want to do something that can help people in whatever way we can, right? Some people build schools, some people build hospitals, some people build maybe temples, some people, donate to a charity. What is it in you that where you felt, what SPH is doing is the most important cause for which you need to contribute? So what aspect that you really resonated with that made you felt like, this is the most important cause, the SPH of what Swamiji's mission and Kailasa?
So I'll say this, I think donating food and money and healthcare is great, and Swamiji does all that. And but I think I know Swamiji does much, much more. He does so much that you can't even quantify, right? So how do you quantify the value of a Hindu nation that's going to impact generations to come, that's going to impact the world? How do you quantify reviving a sacred tradition, a science, a lifestyle such as Hinduism, and really share that and have others express it effortlessly? You can't quantify those things. Same thing with the power manifestation science. And so it's things like that, and again, much more that really resonate with me. And, looking back, I feel that myself and even those viewing and listening in today, we are the chosen ones in this awakening. He's chosen us. And I would hate to be, I would say 20, 30 years from now, looking back with regret and saying, oh, you know what, I could have contributed more. Why did I waste all these years? Just trying to chase small things as opposed to manifesting, creating, sharing, expressing. And so it's things like that got me aligned even more and makes me happy that I am at least a vessel to contribute with his grace, to his mission, because again, it's more than just quantifying small things. He's doing things that are just beyond the Richter scale.
So beautifully put, Vimalji. And just to conclude, if you have to share in 2 lines to those of them who are watching this and who are really wanting to become Sarvagyampita Yajamans just like you, and are watching there and they are in the manifestation process, what is the one thing that you would like to share with them?
I will say this. I would say do not plan, do not have logic, do not think that, okay, I will contribute when XYZ occurs. I would take the leap, because in my experience, when that occurred, I got flooded with wealth. I got flooded with opportunities and avenues. Just trust Swamiji, even if it's a little bit. He will do immense things in your life. So that's what I want to share.
So beautifully put, Vimalji. Thank you so much for sharing. And I know your story is going to be such an inspiration and enriching thousands and thousands to come who are also wanting to experience that manifestation and to experience that deep trust and surrender and devotion to Swamiji. So beautifully put, Vimalji. Thank you so much for taking your time and coming to share your experience. And welcome to, congratulations on becoming the founding father of Kailasa, and welcome to the Sarvanya Pita family. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nithyanandam.
What an amazing sharing by Sri Vimal Patel. All with the grace and blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Anything can be manifested. For those of you who want to manifest the Sarvajna Pita and also participate in Maha Paramashivoham, there is this beautiful opportunity, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself is going to work with you, help you to manifest by conducting special sessions. If you would like to more details, please contact us, put your comments. We will reach out to you and assist you to manifest your reality. And to be able to participate in Maha Paramashivoham, the ultimate flowering of your super consciousness, by put your intention, evolve to your highest super conscious self this December with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Nithyananda Paramashivam, with Maha Paramashivoham from December 9th to 29th December at paramashivoham.org. You can find more details, and the registration links are projected. File your intention at kailasa.org/Paramashivoham and registration at events@kailasa.org. You can request for payment details/payments. And today's Bhava Samadhi Darshan of Dakshina Murti starts at 2 p.m. The preparation for this auspicious, powerful Bhava Samadhi Darshan starts at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join today for the Dakshina Murti Bhava Samadhi Darshan. Register yourself at events@kailasa.org. I repeat, events@kailasa.org. Now, it's time we come to prepare ourselves with the satsang with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Let's sit with the deep space of gratitude and a strong feeling connection. And let's start. Chant the Maha Vakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.